Hello everyone, and welcome to episode to episode 61, I believe, of the TCD podcast. I'm Messina.
I'm Voteran.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Venom.
I'm not Maphrox.
Yes, you're not. Today we have Maphrox, famed, or rather should be famed, 3D comic maker, and Biocraft.
Who's Maphrox?
Animator.
I remember that punk.
There's a guy that once bullied me and stole money from me named Maphrox.
It's like that guy in that Futurama episode, you know, the one who's been there for a long, long time, called Welshie. It's like a Star Trek parody episode.
I do not remember.
I'm that guy who's been around for a long, long time that nobody knows, basically.
I see.
You should have more attention than you do. But regardless, what are you doing?
I'm gargling fruit juice.
What?
Okay. Okay.
It's a respectable activity.
Yeah. Respect.
Gonna mix things up a little.
Okay.
Gotta mix things up. What? Okay. So anyway, how's life?
Yeah, in my mouth.
I got it. That's funny.
How's life and such, everyone?
Making fruit punch in my mouth.
Shut up. Shut up. Stop it. You're trying to. Okay, I'll give up.
How's life and such, everyone?
Getting Chewbacca up in this podcast.
Aside from fruit juice, what's been going on?
Things have been going on up in here. Spring break is next week, and
Me too.
midterms have been ruling my life.
How's that been going, by the way?
Well, I got an 89 on my physics midterm.
Good.
I got a 44 my French midterm.
Oh, no.
But luckily, we got like a 30-point curve, so
Wow.
Wee.
so I got like a 70. But still not very great. But what else? U.S. history got like a 90 something.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah. That other class that I forget about. Math. Yeah, who needs math?
That other class.
Hey! I take offense to that.
Yeah, I forgot, like, Maphrox, you're like the math whiz.
Well, I despise you then.
Suddenly static.
Uh,
Kahi,
I'm only
Yes.
good at math because it's sometimes necessary.
you mute your mic real quick, Kahi.
okay.
I knew it!
Static coming from Kahi.
Massive background static coming in on your
Kahi, you need to do something about your...
life. Vin! Well, that's good news, Bar. That's good to hear, except for French. That's just...
It's like Kahi.
Well, no, it's still pretty good news with the curve. I wasn't the only one who failed.
Yeah.
Luckily, French is a very difficult subject, so I'm not the only one who's dumb at it.
Huh, that's what you think.
Bonjour.
Oh, wee.
Oui.
Are we talking about grades now? Is that what we're going on?
Yeah, Var did his midterm. So.
Oh, midterms. Don't get me started. My physics midterm, brutal.
No one cares.
How'd you do?
Calculus 2 midterm, pretty brutal.
Calculus, screw that.
Calculus 2. You think calculus is bad? Calculus 2 is gonna knock. And then Calc 3.
Dude, I think pre-calculus is bad. Screw anything with calculus in it.
Oh,
I can't. Math does not compute with me.
Does not compute.
Well, I'm sorry I don't compute with you.
Cute.
We just aren't compatible.
Well,
I try my best.
I did ace speech, and I'm pretty sure I aced logic. So,
Good.
That's kind of
thumbs
ironic.
up. But no, it's not really.
Because everything you say is illogical.
Ha 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 ha.
Shut up.
What do you got?
Wow.
I wish LJ was funny. Then maybe
I
this
do too.
episode wouldn't be so bad.
Maybe his comics wouldn't be so bad.
Oh.
Hey-yo!
Watch it, punk. My
I mean,
comics are.
people would actually read them.
I think
Yeah.
LJ's unique brand of humor brings a nice
I wish
spice to
LJ
the
had
comics
purpose
forum.
to make everything-
Too much
I wish I made
spice.
comics faster,
Ha.
and
Ha.
maybe I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's so
Stop the
spicy,
making
people
comics.
spit it out as soon as they taste it.
It's funny because you make comics fast. Okay. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop right there.
It's funny because
You make comics faster than anyone here in this call right now.
Who,
At
me?
least recently. No, Ross.
I think I'm the slowest at making comics. So slow that I don't do them anymore. Every time I try, I just stop.
I think it's like a competition between Maphrox and VAR for longest time to make comics. Because VAR takes his time, and Maphrox has a lot to do because of 3D.
Well, I mean, my last comic that I even published was posted on October 29th last year, so
It's like around the time you started working on the Biocraft stuff.
yeah, pretty much around that time. I think there's a correlation there.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think
not
this
my
episode
fault.
can count as an announcement that my comics are basically cancelled.
Oh, okay. Well, now that we've got a happy
Yeah.
note to transition.
How could you do this? You're the only spark of like originality.
The cave collapsed. Everyone died. The end.
Oh.
Oh,
I guess if you want to answer my question, actually, like, how could you do it? That works, but figuratively, how could you do it? Why would you?
Well, I did have some plans for where stuff was going to go, but meh. I could use some of those other plans. I could use some of those plans for something else.
You don't care about your fans. I see how it is.
fans are for the weak.
What?
Bar's taking his joke back, guys.
Oh, it's mine now.
Force. Okay, well,
Your face is forced.
let's move on to our next segment.
Your humor is forced.
Everyone's favorite segment, the news.
The news sucks.
Yes. Yes,
It does.
Today in the news, we have Halo 4 information revealed at PAX East,
And this is when everyone tunes out.
Call of Duty,
Yep.
Ghosts, and
Oh god, now if they didn't tune out last time, they're definitely tuning out now.
and Templar Studios releases more MNOLG storyboards.
Oh, and they're tuning back in.
And that is the news. So,
And
No black trailer? Really?
okay, fine.
Dude, no one cares about that. But you.
Rooster Teeth, what the heck's it called? RWB.
RW.
Ruby.
Yeah, WBY.
Ruby.
Rooster Teeth stuff no one cares about because we got Bionicle news!
Ruby, I see what they did there.
Oh, Ruby, I get it now.
Let's invert the order of this news
And
a
they
bit.
use you.
Let's-
Because there's no color that starts
Let's
with
take some liberties with the order of this news, and let's start with the best, because there's so little of it. Bionicle.
I just forced an infinite elbow.
Yes. All right, I'll take it away. What's the deal with this? And please actually inform me, because I have not actually looked at this yet.
Okay, basically what we have here, Templar Studios. A while back, they started posting a bunch of the concept art of the Matt Nui Online game. How they went along and doing it, a lot of the sketches, a little bit of detail as to their thought processes. What they posted this time, which is actually posted on March 21st, was Lacoro. They posted the sketches and drawings for Lacoro, the birds, and they talked a little bit about the rail game, Nui Rama, and what I found most interesting, the Liwa versus Anua scene, the singular scene that everyone loves. Oh, almost everyone. And of course you do. And it's interesting because from what they said in this, Liwa was supposed to be beaten a little bit differently by Anua. Instead of getting like his mask knocked off via a lightning bug to the face, how they originally were going to do it, they were going to have Anua punch the mask off of Liwa. And I found that
Sounds
extremely
familiar.
interesting. Right, Lena?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I thought so too. Like, that to me is extremely interesting. So they talk a lot about it, and it was just informative. You got to really read it. There's not much else to it. You got to read it. The sketches are always cool. They're basic. They get a point across.
It's
They show
actually
people-
really, really interesting to see how basic the actual sketches are. Just how they went from that to the final result. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, another thing to note in the original sketches, the Kopen Nui was nowhere to be seen. Instead, there were only Nui Rama in the background, apparently holding Liwa's mask. Again, familiar. Scarily
Should we say
familiar.
why or not? Like it's not obvious.
No.
Biocraft, that's why.
Gosh darn it, Var! Anyway, you really got to read it. And
Yeah.
we should start a new game. We should make a game. Let's see how many coffee stains we can spot on these papers. Every time they release a bunch of these sketches, let's see how many coffee stains we can see. Because I've already seen one. Two.
Yeah. They have to drink a lot of coffee, and they're very messy.
I'm glad whenever I see that. It shows like they have a very good work ethic. You know, we're like, all right, guys, we're gonna be doing this thing. Just drink
For
coffee.
some reason, it makes them look a lot cooler too. It's like the coffee stains make them look more vintage, and
It's like, yeah, these things are so old.
These are from the vault or
We
something.
legitly worked on them. There's blood, sweat, and coffee stains on these papers.
TTV
Now
episode
you-
61: Blood, Sweat, and Coffee Stains.
There we go.
But yeah, Messer, do you think we can kind of segue into a Biocraft update? Maybe.
Sure, why not?
No.
All right.
But first,
What?
before we do,
Stop.
Maphrox, what are your thoughts on these?
I've seen them, and they are most certainly sketches.
Wow.
They're
That is only really that is all I really have to say about it.
Yeah.
What
I
a
get you.
jerk.
They're sketches.
Sketches.
Yes,
They are.
that is
They are.
that is
Alright.
what they are.
Then yes, let's transition.
All right. So,
Biocraft update.
What now? What?
Biocraft update time. So right now we are officially announcing our cancellation of Biocraft Chronicles.
No.
We're sorry, everybody. It's just taking too much time. We have to focus on actual work, and I know this is a big disappointment to everyone. But one day we will continue the series. But for now, Biocraft Chronicles is done.
And here's what we're gonna
dude.
do with the footage you've already recorded. We are going to basically do some quick editing work, and we're gonna do some texture swapping here and there in the editing programs, and we're basically gonna reskin the Bionicle characters in Hero Factory designs.
We will actually be releasing the Madanui map 30 years from now. We're gonna keep it under wraps until, for about 30 years, and then we're gonna release it after nobody cares.
We're gonna
anymore.
We're gonna be taking
It'll
a few
be bad.
liberties.
It'll be out there just in time for when Bionicle returns.
Yeah, and we're gonna be taking a few liberties with the story because we know they're gonna be switching up a little bit when Bionicle does come back. So
It's funny that this
Kopacka's
should
a
happen
girl.
directly after we sign a deal with a lot of hot airs.
Yeah,
Company.
she approached us and she was like, you know what? I want to do something that's just going to be so big, it'll never get done. And we were like, that sounds like something that we've been doing this entire time. So we decided to join forces.
You know what? I highly regret this decision.
I highly regret the decision too, LJ. I highly regret ever working on Biocraft. I think it was a terrible idea, and I just feel really bad about all the people that subscribed to us just for it. I'm sorry,
So-
bros.
before we lose any more subscribers than we probably already have. No,
Yeah,
Biocraft,
just-
of course, is still going. Maphrox, you should tell everyone what you actually do for us.
For each word you speak, LJ, we lose a subscriber.
Well, I did just recently finish work on animating the Lewa versus Anua fight scene.
I thought you were gonna say you just finished unsubscribing.
Yeah, that as well, of
Now.
course. I did just unsubscribe as well, obviously. I mean,
Thanks.
who would
TGV
subscribe
sucks.
who would subscribe to someone who cancels Biocraft? That's silly.
And is.
I even unsubscribed to myself because I'm indirectly involved.
How does that even work?
Yes.
Oh, you see.
It's called
You click the
closing.
unsubscribe button.
It's called closing your account.
Yeah.
he committed account suicide.
Yeah, my account
I
suicided.
can't take it anymore. How could they kill Biocraft? How could they kill Biocraft?
But
Delete.
no,
I
in all seriousness, yes, for those that don't know. Tell us what exactly you do for us.
So basically, when filming Biocraft, you guys have obviously noticed that there are some limitations to what you can actually do within the Minecraft engine. Stuff like bending knees and not looking extremely awkward in fight scenes. That's where I come in. I basically make 3D animations to substitute for scenes that just wouldn't be possible in Minecraft.
Yelp.
And what I've done so far is animate the entire Lewa versus Anua fight scene that we were talking about earlier. And that's basically 30 seconds of animation or so, right? 1 minute, 30 seconds? I don't know.
Yeah, it's about.
Yes.
Our
It's-
plans from a while back have come to fruition. We basically have an animation team.
1,680 frames. That's how long it is.
Yeah.
Divide
so-
that by 25. Someone with a calculator is watching.
But yeah, so the animation team, as Mesa mentioned, was me, Kahi, and Maphrox.
Yelp.
Oh, and Ian.
Thought it was
Well,
editing.
animation, not editing.
Oh, yeah, that too. Post-production,
Oh, LJ.
we call it.
Well, no, we're talking about animation, not post-production. Get it right.
We do, however, have the post-production department. But yeah, CGI is shaping
They're
up.
very hard at work.
Yeah, they're very hard at work.
They
They
mean
are,
that
they're
for
working,
us.
they are working with our partnership with Wada.
Yes.
I'm working right now. I'm working right now on making the knees not be stupid.
And the infinite elbows.
And
Yeah, infinite elbows and so on.
I know Kahi recently posted his like behind the scenes on the channel in case anyone has missed that.
Right.
So
There'll be a
that's
link.
Gali versus Tarakava.
Yeah, and I guess we should say this a little bit beforehand. The Lewa versus Anua fight scene is not a direct frame-by-frame recreation of the original. We did take liberties in doing different things with it. And a fun fact, it actually ends... should we say
Yeah.
how it ends?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is more canon than the game itself did.
It ends not with Anua throwing a bug at Lewa, but it ends actually how Templar
Spoiler alert.
Studios intended it to end, with Anua punching the mask off of Lewa.
Yeah.
And
Actually, it's
this
more like a
animation,
clawing thing.
what?
Like
It's more
clawing,
like a
but
clawing.
still.
Yeah, that too.
I'd
Anua
say
has claws.
comparing the two fight scenes, the original MNOLG scene's more anime Dragon Ball Z like than this one is.
The original one is a lot of like posing and like
Yeah,
you see
not
the
actual-
after effects and stuff. Not actual
Yeah.
fight.
Gotta make that pose for the fight.
I'm not gonna lie, I like our version a lot better than Minog's original scene. And if you're really that tight to canon, well screw you. We already made it and rendered it, so you can go.
Oh, Kahi.
Go kill yourself.
Please don't unsubscribe.
No, don't yourself and don't unsubscribe. It's just Kai.
Yeah, he actually
I'm
doesn't
gonna
represent
get
us
into the
in any way.
TTV account and destroy it.
Well, time to change password again. No.
Yeah.
Too late, I already changed it.
Okay.
It is now LJ Sucks. With random numbers at the end.
So
But,
that
yeah, so
is Biocraft.
yeah, but work has been getting done. Maphrox has been doing an amazing job animating, and he's gonna be animating another scene that actually comes a little bit beforehand. I don't know if we've said it anywhere. We'll probably say it later, not say it
Yeah.
right now. And then we've
Okay,
got a
I won't
couple
say
of
which scene it is.
What?
Okay, I won't say which scene it is.
Okay, good.
I won't talk
Maybe
about the
later.
birds involved.
Okay, don't talk about the birds involved.
And then Var's
Don't
got the
say-
intro neatly wrapped up.
Yeah.
We're moving along, everyone. Anything else to say?
So yeah,
I think that's about
yeah,
it.
that's pretty much the update. I guess we can say at least one other thing. Shadow Toa will be in the movie.
Yes, they will be here.
Ew,
Yes.
Shadow Toa, they suck.
Kinda do, don't they? They never did
Well,
much. But
They only
they will
appeared
be here.
once.
So, okay.
All they do is shadow.
Next up, we have a plethora of Halo 4 news revealed at
And Mardi Gras.
the PAX East panel, just like we knew it would be. This basically amounts to a neat bullet point list of things, which is posted in chat. I'm going to run through this bullet point list real quick, and we'll talk about each one that's interesting enough to merit a discussion. 11.6 million people have taken part in Halo 4 war games. Have
Really?
taken part. It's just a
Have
shame.
played.
It's just a shame the population has dropped like a rock. Just
It's like-
staggeringly low numbers.
I think it's like less than 10,000 in total now. There's usually like,
Nah, not that bad.
I don't know, there's usually like a maximum of 2,000 per playlist. And those are the popular ones.
That is also very true. Okay, let's see this. HaloCharts.com playlist population today. Why is Big Team Infinity Slayer the highest populated playlist? It's been that way since launch.
Why is what?
Big Team Slayer, BTB.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
I'll put it as a var. It's definitely dropped below 50k.
Ah, okay.
And it's looking like it's bordering along 40k. But
Not as bad as I thought, but it's pretty
Still
terrible
pretty awful.
considering. They had $1 billion at one point. $1 billion. That's like not. That's
no.
I think 90%.
11.6 million.
But it says billion. Oh, that's billion kills. Okay.
Yeah, that's the next thing. 11.7 billion kills, and only 388 million of those are headshots. So what are the others? Like assault rifle, spray,
Bolt shot?
shot? Yeah.
But still, 11.6 million to 50k is really sad.
Yeah. CSR, you will be given skill ranking of 1 to 50 in every playlist. Your ranking will not be shown in game. It will be viewable on the waypoint on mobile and web, so basically BPR.
Mobile.
And yeah, mobile. And it will be launching April 8th alongside the Castle map pack. So that's cool, I think. A couple things that were not actually on this bullet point. There's but never mind. It is. I see it. Talk about that later. New Forge space. Forge Island. This thing, it's releasing on April 11th for completely free. And it's actually 3 small islands, and each is a flat space for building on. You can build over the water. You can build in the sky. And visually, it's similar to Ravine, but it has a new UNSC-themed building palette. So that's nice.
Sort of correction, sort of. It's not actually small maps or small islands. They're actually quite large islands. There's one that's really large, one a medium, and one a smaller variant.
Did I accidentally say small? Because I didn't.
Yeah, you said small.
Darn, because they're not at all.
Yeah, they're very large. It's basically comparable to Forge World, if not larger than Forge World.
Yeah, just without all the crazy mountains.
Yeah, it's all flat, and basically, it'll probably save Halo for me.
Yep, because while that sounds boring at first thought, you have to wonder, okay, flat spaces, what can people do on those flat spaces? Well, if people have free reign to build in a huge area, which they've never been able to do before in any Halo, the closest was Hemorrhage in Reach, because that's a giant flat building space. If people can do this,
Flat.
yeah, it's not flat at all, but it's the closest possible.
Yeah.
If people can do this, I'm just picturing these sprawling, multi-leveled, Halo on Halo-esque
Yeah.
maps that have multiple tiers and they stretch into the sky and these crazy racetracks, gigantic big team battle maps.
Mm-hmm. If this goes the way we're thinking, we're gonna have some really, really impressive maps. And now that 343 is implementing a lot of Forge playlist in the future, we'll probably be seeing a lot of them in matchmaking. So it'll definitely be very interesting.
Yeah. And then finally, the title update. The tale is expected to release sometime in the next 2 weeks. Video was played showing the flexibility of the update, and they discussed how they can now tweak individual stats, such as damage, rate of fire, etc., of each weapon on the fly without requiring a title update. Tweaks to the DMR are being considered. It's possible to adjust the stats of vehicles using this update too, like speed and damage of, like, say, the Scorpion tank. And then finally, Legendary Slayer is a throwdown and infinity mix with competitive in mind. It'll feature tweaked weapons and is launching in late spring, early summer. What are you guys' thoughts, everyone?
Wait,
I'm
what?
happy.
I honestly don't know what to say about it. It's very odd.
Maphrox, I will assume you are not a Halo fan.
All I have to say is glorious PC gaming master race.
You're one of those kids.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I have hardware capable of rendering 1,680 frames of Biocraft overnight.
I have hardware. I have
kids.
hardware capable of not caring.
You have hardware capable of logging you out of Age of Empires every time we try to play.
I don't get logged out.
Yeah, it was Windows 7.
You know, Matt, what games do
Dummy.
you play?
World of Warcraft, StarCraft, other things that end with craft, such as Minecraft.
You know, we used to have someone here that played World of Warcraft. We
Well,
killed him.
mage.
Yes.
Yeah, Envy. He's gone cold turkey. World of Warcraft cold turkey. It's been over a year now. We're so proud of him.
He went to WoW rehab. Now he's cured of his.
But yes.
of his WoW.
LJ, what do you think of the TU? Not the TU, the thing, the panel. All the info revealed there.
Sounds cool. I can't wait for someone else to make those maps, because I'm not going to.
You need to harness your Forge potential on this flat space.
I can't wait to try it out. I am definitely going to try it.
AKA, can't wait for VAR to make those
We need to
maps,
all
'cause I'm not
team
going
up.
to.
And we need to just make this the biggest map possible and have a map stretching from every edge, and it goes all the way up to the skybox, and there's like multiple tiers with like stairways and interface tracks.
Only setback to this is I guarantee you
Budget.
the budget ain't gonna allow much.
No, the budget is gonna ruin things. I had forgotten about that. Forge budget.
Yep.
Why you do
Well,
this?
it's just
343, you bring Halo back and then you kill it again.
well, we don't actually know the budget number yet, but I'm gonna assume it's gonna be the largest out of all the Forge maps we've had so far. However, I don't know if it's going to be large enough to actually allow this map to reach its full potential. So we'll have to see. It's gonna be a wait and see process here.
That is.
Yes, Ven just asked if it's been confirmed. It was announced in the PAX panel today.
Well then.
It is not Forge World, but it's Forge Island with 3 islands of varying sizes. They're all flat and it's over an ocean which you can build across.
Yeah, it's comparable to Forge World.
It's the flatland map.
It's
Well,
yeah,
one-
it's all flat rather than being a bunch of hills.
What do you think of this?
Okay, I'll just have to admit that it's not actually capable of rendering Biocraft overnight.
Yeah.
That's a lie. It took a week. Although I did have to take breaks to use my computer.
Thank you for that.
You know, Matt, you need to get an eggs box so that you can have some eggs omelets
Oh my
and
God.
and
Please stop with your eggs.
some Halo so that we can make 3D maps.
So anyway, Venom.
Yes,
What are your thoughts on Forge Island?
I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah. What do you think?
Can't wait for April 11th.
What do you think?
By the
Legendary.
way,
Oh. Yeah.
this is what the elbows currently look like.
Psst. Save this for your interview.
Well, I definitely
Yeah.
can't wait for a Hang 'em High remake.
That's terrifying. Anyway, yeah. But like I said, the only drawback I'm seeing is the budget. I think that'll kill it if it's not large enough.
343
Yeah.
just loves twisting the knife, don't they?
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna pray and hope that we get a decent one, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And let's hope the lighting is actually good in this map. I don't know if anyone's noticed. I know we've noticed, but for the listeners, all Forge maps except
That
for
terrible
Ravine,
lighting.
the lighting is god awful.
No, even on Ravine, the lighting's god
Ravine,
awful.
the lighting is bad, except in certain circumstances where they rely on natural lighting. Yeah, because it actually looks natural. And that is why I at first was like, oh, it looks
If you
like...
go indoors on Ravine, the lighting
Yeah,
is
go
just as
indoors,
bad.
it's bad. It's only natural lighting, which is why I love maps like the Pit remake, where they had...
343,
Nope.
please fix the lighting.
But I was initially saddened because it looked like Ravine and I was wanting a different kind of style, and then I heard they were adding in UNSC Forge pieces, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then I realized, wait a second, Ravine's the best one. Why would I want anything different? They'll just butcher it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you all. Wait a second. I
It's
just
Halo 4.
realized someone here has been alluding, giving their opinions. I wonder if they're still alive. Kahi!
Yes.
What
Dang
the
it.
heck?
You
I
know,
completely forgot
guys-
that Kahi was here.
That's because
So had I.
For you guys to give your opinions. It's basically the same thing. I'm not a big Forge person, but I love playing Forge maps, so I'm excited. You know.
We need to
Yeah,
make the
that.
biggest map we can make, and have as many race tracks indoors and multiple tiers as we can.
I think this will be very good for depending on how the lighting actually turns out. It'll be pretty interesting for Winter Solstice too if we ever get around to do that, because now we have the room to really do whatever we want to make our own environments. So that'll be interesting.
Exactly. The closest thing people have been able to do thus far is, Impact. It's in space, and you can build in the space, but that's in space, and that map has the worst lighting out of all of them. So who would want to build a base there and have it be in space?
Yeah.
I'd like to see like a twin tower map in which there's two towers and like walkways in the middle, and like it's heavily fortified, and you either snipe across or you have to get from one thing to another.
That would be fun. Let's do that. Mark these
Nice.
ideas down, please. We'll do them later.
And then there's also a time limit or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have extraction on different floors or
Yeah.
something, or capture the flag. I don't know.
Actually, no, I'm going in the direction of a very, very dark joke there that should not ever see the light of day.
You see,
Okay, then.
I picked up on that map. I think I know where you're going with this because of Kahi's wording. Kahi, reword that. Thank you.
Keyword what?
Oh, anyway, let's move on.
I see where this is going. Yeah, let's go.
That is Halo 4.
I'm sorry, I'm only half paying attention.
We have one
But,
more bit of news for the day, and I'm not sure if you've heard of this yet, but if you haven't, you will.
okay.
Right now, Call of Duty Ghosts.
Have
Have you heard of
What
this
is-
guy?
What is that?
I have.
Okay, well.
My dreams are coming true.
No, really, what is that?
All right, you'll know in just a second. I'm pulling up the article because I could I could recall this stuff from memory, but that'd be unprofessional of me. Okay.
Dude,
Next Call of Duty reportedly called Ghosts. Activision's next Call of Duty is reportedly called Call of Duty Ghosts. The rumor comes via YouTube user Driftor, who claims that a very legitimate source that he'd trust with his life provided him with information regarding the game's announcement modes and much more, so obviously it's conjecture at this point. If you actually want to watch the video, I personally believe it, based on one, his wording, and two, the information itself seems very plausible, but it has not been confirmed, so let's treat it as rumor. According to Driftor, Ghosts is straying away from the Modern Warfare brand, but will similarly use present-day weaponry. The game is set in the future, but a pivotal plot point will force characters to use weapons from the past. Ghosts will change player movement, allowing them to dash and slide while shooting, peek around corners, and roll side to side while prone. Ghosts allegedly features dynamic loading screens, such as rappelling from a helicopter or breaking a window to enter an area, and has destructive environments in single player. These may be implemented in multiplayer later. Spec Ops has also been replaced by a new mode. Ghosts will reportedly only be released on next-gen consoles and PC, which fits with previous rumors that Infinity Ward is creating a next-gen Call of Duty title. According to Driftor, Ghosts is targeting early May for its announcement.
getting so tired of these Call of Duty games.
But Vin,
Too many
Ghosts.
of them. There's
The
too
thing-
many of them.
My opinion on this, though, is the reason I don't like Call of Duty is because they never seem to want to change their style. However, this Call of Duty, there's a lot of change going on, and it's going to be for next generation consoles, meaning they're probably going to be using a different engine too. So really, any complaint I have about Call of Duty has just been thrown out the window right now. So this could be a really good game.
It's like Call of Duty with battlefield environments and crisis parkour.
Yeah,
And
I mean, it has potential.
But it has potential.
I don't know.
Except
I've-
it's still being made by the same people, and the
For
That's why
once,
it's
it
made-
has potential.
way to develop it is still throw more money at it until it's a game.
Well,
I feel like it's the same thing with
Everybody.
this one, Ghost and Black Flag that was just released, or
Yes.
just announced.
Yes, Black.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag. They're making Assassin's Creed a yearly franchise now, and I really dislike that. I'm glad they're not doing the whole thing like they did in 2 and Brotherhood Revelations, when it's basically the same area, and they just add a bit more story to it and just tweak the mechanics a bit. I like they're going for a new area, but I don't know. It just seems like too much of the same.
Game preference aside, you can like what games you want and you can not like the games you want, but I will agree if there's one thing that really irks me about game releases, no matter the franchise, it's yearly releases. I don't like
can't
that
stand
no matter
yearly
who
releases.
they do it for multiple reasons. One that, and I'm talking everything from like sports games, which I don't even play, to games like COD, Halo's moving in that direction. I
Definitely.
just, not only does it provide limited development time, but it encourages the mentality of, well, okay, you're going to release all this DLC. For instance, Call of Duty releases typically 4 map packs per game, averaging $15 per pack, making a total of $60 investment added on to the additional $60 you pay for the retail game. So you're spending $120 in a game that will become obsolete in a year's time. If you get a lot of enjoyment out of the game, that's one thing, but I've never felt right. And I'm one of those people that recognizes Call of Duty's flaws, yet I still love playing it. No matter the game, I bet if I got Black Ops 2, which everyone seems to hate, I'd still have a bucket of fun with it.
I like Black Ops 2 still.
But I
I don't.
will never buy DLC for those games because it's a bad money investment. It's nothing more substantial.
You're already
Apps.
buying DLC by buying those games.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie. It's like I feel like each Call of Duty is a title update.
That is so true. You're basically buying DLC with each new
And
game.
the title update.
Yeah, it's a title update with several new maps.
That is so true. They don't change anything other than that. I mean, you could argue that the campaign is a big difference, but I mean, who actually buys Call of Duty for the campaign?
A lot of people
Oh,
It's
don't.
a
I'm outta
lot
here.
a lot less people than buy it
Yeah.
for multiplayer.
I mean, I'm not saying they don't exist, but I mean, still though, like compared to the multiplayer side, campaign obviously is not the focus.
LJ, you're the big Call of Duty guy here. What are your thoughts on?
Unfortunately.
First of all,
The Call of
then,
Duty campaign modes actually do get tons of money thrown at them. Anyway,
yeah, I was actually gonna ask what your thoughts were on this map.
well, Call of Duty is like the Transformers movies. Very little substantially interesting content for me, but there are pretty explosions.
Yes.
And graphically, they're impressive.
Yeah,
Only they're
they do
missing the
look nice.
giant, awesome robots and the awesome.
Call of Duty 17, Robot Warfare.
Oh gosh.
I would play that. I would play that.
Wasn't that Black Ops 2? Weren't there robots in Black Ops 2?
They were drones. They weren't humanoid robots, but they were, all sorts of different.
Same difference. Drones are robots.
No,
Shut up.
you couldn't actually play as them. That's what I'm getting at. You, I was making
Oh,
a joke.
okay.
You play as giant robots and you stamp around cities wielding giant guns. It's nothing
is
more
actually a
than
game like that.
size upscale. Wait, what?
It's called Hawken. It's
Ah,
free to play.
Yes, I've heard of that. Is
Oh.
that still in beta?
I don't know. Last time I tried it, it was in beta.
I never
Well,
heard of
okay. LJ, what do you think about Ghosts?
If all these rumors turn out to be true, I think it's going to be a huge improvement on Call of Duty, just generally. Because everyone talks about how Call of Duty doesn't really upgrade as far as becomes DLC, like Venom, who can be replaced. But anyway, but
Oh, really?
if
Forget
all
me.
these rumors come true, then I think it's a great update to the franchise. But after Black Ops 2, see, I purchased most of the Call of Duty games after Modern Warfare 1, and by most of them,
Oh,
I mean some of them.
Wait a minute. How could I be replaced? You guys asked me to be on.
Well, what if something happened to you, Ven? Like, you died with a mangosteen next to your head.
I don't know. That doesn't change the fact you guys asked me to be on.
We're done with this
If
discussion.
I'm so replaceable. Yeah, that's right. Shut up.
But anyway, so, I mean, like I said though, if this all turns out to be true, it'll be absolutely fun as Karzani. But otherwise, it's like, after Black Ops 2, I was not very much so impressed because I did not purchase Black Ops 2. My younger brother stupidly did.
and that makes me sad because Black Ops 2, the only bad things I've heard about it have come from you guys. Everything else I've heard has been, wow, they changed the campaign, they made it non-linear, made story choices, side missions, multiplayer advancements, drones, all this stuff, and then it's like negativity.
No.
In my
I
opinion,
tried Modern Warfare.
the main ship sinker with Black Ops 2 was its campaign.
Yeah.
Because it was unnecessarily gory. I mean,
Yeah.
what the heck was the point? I don't play a game to see someone's kneecaps get shot off right after they said, I have a family. That's not why I play Call of Duty. That's unnecessary, and
Yeah.
It's kind of sad that people actually like that too.
it's
Yeah.
just the Call of Duty's campaign was majorly hyped up for shock value. That's it.
Yeah, the thing with that is like, I like realism. I like the violence. However, it was unnecessary. It's like there wasn't really any point in it other than like you said, shock value. It wasn't to be realistic. It wasn't to show the hardships of war. Really, it was just let's make our villain do something completely shocking
Yep.
to make him
Yeah.
seem
Kill off
cool.
beloved characters.
While we're at it, why don't we make him use babies for ammunition?
Yeah. Raul Menendez fires the baby gun.
Babies whose candy is just stolen.
Okay.
Baby gun.
The baby
That's
gun.
like the TTV episode.
No, you already got the name. Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, I did not like Black Ops 2's campaign. I really did not like it, and I mean, I could understand in the Modern Warfare series when they did things like that, like the airport sequence, which is highly controversial. I could understand why they did that because they made the character unlikable. The villain was extremely unlikable, because he shot up an airport. And that was, I think, a very good way of getting that across for a story standpoint.
Black Ops 2, they were trying to make the villain likable and relatable. And then they do that.
Yep.
Like they had you play as the guy and you saw his struggles, and then they do that and it's like counterproductive to a degree.
You can't really have a villain in a video game and also make the player sympathize and also have him be the clear villain.
Mm-hmm.
No, they
It doesn't really work.
They did it. There's a certain game that I'm not going to mention, but it came out last year in November, and it actually did that very well.
Huh?
Why aren't you going to mention it?
Because it's a spoiler.
Oh, I think you're gonna say
Well, I mean,
Halo
it
4.
No, it's I guess it's kind of old news by now. If you haven't played it by now, you're probably not going to play it. Assassin's Creed 3 has that.
Oh, I immediately don't care.
It
Oh,
does.
yes.
It does.
That it certainly does.
Okay.
So-
I was really surprised by that plot twist.
I was, but like that's why I didn't want to ruin it for anybody else. But
It was just as surprising as, like, in Batman Begins when Bruce Wayne suddenly decides to dress up as a bat and fight crime.
yeah,
I didn't see that coming.
really.
I had no clue it was gonna happen.
But yeah.
That's like,
Ghost.
what about
I
that?
have no idea where I actually got the dash from, but yeah.
What about
That's
that
not
one
magic.
guy got bit by a spider and then
Okay,
started
moving on.
fighting crime?
How about that
No.
little kid who tries to make Bionicle comics, but nobody likes them?
And nobody
Well,
likes
that's
him.
what
I don't know who you're talking about.
And nobody likes him either.
Okay, so
Alright.
moving on.
That's what I
That
said.
is the end of the news for this week.
That
Now,
was a long segment.
let us go on to our final segment for the day. And this one is understood because I don't know how many weeks we're going to have new guests, but it's a nice trend. We've had a bunch of different people on in the last couple of weeks. And today, obviously, Maphrox is here, so that means we always do. Talk to
But I'm
Vin.
not Prox.
So go for it, Vin.
Okay, fine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talk to Venom. I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible because I really don't want to be here. Say hello to Maphrox.
Hi.
Hello to
Hi,
Maphrox.
Matt Frogs.
What are you doing?
We're sorry.
So, Maphrox, what you been up to lately?
Trying to
Shut up, don't
make
care.
infinite knees not look stupid.
JK. Continue.
What's this about infinite knees and infinite elbows? You posted a picture earlier in the
Well,
chat, and your fans,
Basically,
our fans, your
basically, I'm
fans
trying-
deserve the info.
I'm trying to fix the Minecraft model I've been using a bit because it's kind of like there are some minor things that could be better on it, like when the elbows and knees bend, they kind of shrink a bit around the middle. And I was thinking I'd fix that. And the way I fixed that, unfortunately, also involved making knees sometimes extend out to infinite distances.
Oh no.
So basically, if I bend the knees or elbows too far, then the entire universe breaks.
Hmm.
No,
Well,
the universe.
I'm about to throw the picture up on the screen.
Scare everyone.
Yup. This is Biocraft. This one picture summarizes everything.
I think that picture symbolizes Bionicle Next Generation a lot better than Biocraft.
Ha.
Ooh, Ven, I want to ask a question.
Feel free.
Okay, sweet.
No, shut up.
Matt,
So, Math, I have a question.
What?
Would you like LJ to ask you a question?
Sure, why not?
Okay, go ahead.
all right, sweet. So you originally
Shut
worked
up,
for
Math. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
you originally worked with alongside for Bionicle Next Generation, where you then abruptly quit, and we asked you to animate for us. How do you think the transition has gone?
Well, the transition was very, very, very smooth because, well, Bionicle Next Generation was basically dead by the time I quit, and it really was just a gradually. It, it's kind of like continental shifts. You don't really notice them, but they do happen over time.
I like the comparison.
Hair growing.
Hair
Or-
growing.
Oh dear.
Yeah, like
What?
You things that have happened. Like signing up with Biocraft was something that happened all at once, like sort of getting our hair colored or something to extend the metaphor even more.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a really bad metaphor. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Just
Well, are you happy here? Do you like working with us? Do we abuse you?
yes, and frequently in very humiliating ways.
Okay, good. Everything's going well. Continue, Ven.
Okay, cool.
It's the most awkward talk to Vin ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just want to say, I like your 3D work and such. I liked your comics when they were cool. They're still cool, but no one cares about comics anymore. I liked the animation that you did for the Liwa versus Onua battle in Biocraft. I thought that turned out really cool. I like you.
Okay.
Take him on a date first.
Really,
man.
man?
You're moving a little fast.
Want you to marry me.
Is that
JK.
allowed? Is that legal? Where Maphrox?
JK, I'm too
Don't even go there.
We're not going there.
Been
We know
legal in
Ven's in
Norway
San
for
Fran.
longer than it's been legal in most American states. So, yeah.
Woo!
Are
Uh,
barbarians still legal there? Sorry, not barbarians. Vikings.
No, Vikingism is kind of not something that's encouraged because it's kind of involved, or it kind of offends the English when we go out
Darn it.
on Viking raids and burn their churches and take their gold and
Man.
all that stuff.
Take their gold.
It's not really something that's politically
Wait.
correct in this day and age and stuff.
I have a question. How long have you been working with 3D animations?
I have no idea.
What?
I
What
actually
mean?
don't.
Are we talking years?
Yeah, years. Come on, give me something to work with.
I hadn't had acne yet
Oh my
when
god.
I started working with Blender.
Okay, so oh,
Yeah.
you were the Meso age when you started.
Never forget 12-year-old now.
Well, Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the podcast before I move on to my last question?
I don't know.
All right, cool.
I like trains.
Oh no! No!
Would you like to plug your comics at all one last time?
No.
Plug your
Comics
comics.
are dead. I'd rather plug the new comics that I don't even have a permanent title for. The only thing I have is a working title that's undefined behavior, and that's not even likely to be the final one.
So I thought by your comics are ending, you meant they're ending and you won't be making any more. Not you already have a new series planned, complete with a working title. That's good.
Well, that new series isn't even Bionicle related. It's like
whatever.
humans and stuff, like alternate history, fantasy setting thing where that's trying to obey every physical law except for the second law of thermodynamics, kind of stuff. That's it's not even Bionicle.
Bionicle enough.
What the? Come on. Come on.
Well, okay, then be sure to check.
Alrighty, well, yeah. Maphrox, I like your comics. I like your animations.
Oh, that's all.
Anyway, you already get the point.
I feel like Ben's stuck on repeat.
Oh no, the Venbot broke.
Alright, well, I'm gonna move on to my last question so I can finally get this segment over with.
Yay. About time.
I know, right? God.
God, Vin, you suck.
I know. Oh yeah. So Maphrox,
Oh my god.
what are you gonna do next?
Yes.
Awesome.
What? What'd you say?
He said yes.
That wasn't a yes or no question.
Yes.
Okay. Well, now we know. Thank you, Maphrox, for joining us on TTV today.
I hope that you.
AKA Talk to Ben. Shut up, Meso. Now, let's move on to the next portion of the podcast. Proceed, Meso.
To say, I'm going to Disneyland, like the joke is, but no one ever does that. That's not the cool thing to do.
No,
I
not
don't
on
want
my
to be
segment.
a Talk to Vin one of these days.
Yeah, we should do that. Talk to Vin with LJ.
Didn't we do that already?
Nah.
Didn't we do to that already?
Speeder.
Speeder.
Oh yeah, that was.
So anyway, yes, that is actually all
Lightning.
for TTV episode 61.
On that day we learned that LJ physically abuses his sibling.
So thank you all for listening to today's show. And, well, as always, I must ask for you to please like, favorite, comment, subscribe, rate.
Don't forget to rate.
Yes, rate and share. Don't forget that. And participate and follow and comment. I said comment twice.
Ooh, there's a new dig build.
Hashtag rate, subscribe.
Hashtag rate.
Reblog, retweet,
Yeah,
Reddit,
retweet, Reddit this.
Facebook it, Google Plus it, Dig it, MySpace it,
Beat.
whatever.
Actually, don't post it on
Dr.
Beat,
Paul
please.
Yahoo!
Yahoo group it, or whatever you feel like doing.
Start a cult around it. Seriously, it's going to be worth it. And then you can add 2 more people, and then your cult will have grown by 200%, and you can claim to be the fastest growing religion in the world.
So anyway, yes.
Everybody believe in the Venom.
I'm messing back.
I'm Butterin.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
Breathe the Venom. Live the Venom. I'm Venom.
I am the Muffin Man.
Okay. Thank you for listening to TTV episode.
And also Maphrox.
Yes, also my friends. Thank you for listening to TTV episode 61, and we will see you all next time.
I won't.
I like this.